Hey everyone, it's Prof. Sif here, and I'm going to talk about a platform called SoAds. This is a platform for marketers that makes your digital ads 40% more cost efficient and 40% less time. We are going to talk about our own advertising campaign, which we were running to attract digital influencers in our platform called SoPop. It's a sign up form, a typical lead form, and that it leads us to the sign up in automated self sign up platform called SoCraft. So this is a funnel, typical conversion funnel. If you look at the platform and this campaign inside the ads manager, you can see that there was a typical conversion ad here happening where we were attracting influencers in multiple placements to get converted as a dynamic ad. So there was multiple content and already over 100 of combinations of different visuals that were attracting them to join the platform. And you can see that by targeting these influencers, eventually we were able to get cost per result at $2. After having it at 14, it was already 7 times better, but then we even managed to get it at 1.84. So how did we do it? Oh, we used traditional targeting provided by Facebook. And we were happy because you can see by targeting them through interest influencer marketing or influence on Facebook, we're actually able to spend quite a bit per week and attract our influencers that we want. You can see we were spending about 200, 270, 212 dollars per week and getting some results at 0.76 and 1.86, which is fine with us. Then the results get more expensive, 2.22 or 307. Familiar, isn't it? It's not just you cannot spend your money anymore, but your results are getting so much more expensive. So we had to approach our own platform called SoAds to run these ads better. And that allowed us to spend 3 times more, 4 times more, and a lower cost per result. So how did we do it? In the SoAds platform, we have performed the so-called AI-Fi action to our original campaign. Here we clicked AI-Fi and filled up this form. The platform was able to score hundreds of psychographic audiences and embedding those audiences into the campaign for this particular content for this particular campaign. So after we click begin AIification, the platform have produced lots of ad sets inside this campaign. Not one, not two as you usually do, but actually it was able to produce 70 ad sets. And given that we have 10 creative ad sets, that was resulted into over 700 combinations of different creatives and targeting that our platform was running. So as a result, you can see that the platform was spending more than before. You can see that it was $800, $500, $700 per week as compared to $200 that it was before, but also the cost per result eventually was less. And this was sustainable growth model. It helped us to grow to 2,000 as compared to 1.3 thousand, and the time was actually shorter. The number of weeks we were running was actually shorter. The platform was also optimizing these audiences dynamically, and this has been set up through the optimization module where the operation person was putting the data like 1.7 as a KPI and different metrics in charge of reducing and increasing the bits. Basically, the settings of the AI algorithm that run and optimize those massive ad sets. Optimization objective leads, optimization metric cost per lead. You can choose actually different ones depending on your objective, or if you want to have a proxy metric or a CRM matrix there. And then this platform was just working, saving you a lot of time. So if in our original ads we were having some interest targeting like influencer marketing, and we saw that is good because Facebook is finding us influencers on Facebook. What could be better than Facebook telling us that they're actually finding our target audience? I guess what the AI platform did is one more step further. So if we look at the best performing ad sets here, we will see that for AI campaigns, the best performing ad sets were spending more and at a lower price. So it was influencer marketing product, but what was the targeting inside there? And now you can see it was about let's make money movie, DBS bank, lead generation. This has nothing to do with influencers, but the results were so good, and the ad was for influencer marketing. So this is the essence. Our platform was able to find many ad sets that were actually appealing to the audience but helping to avoid the programmatic auction, driving the best performing results. Thank you very much. Professor with you today, and we're going to talk about SOMONITOR, the platform for marketers that help you to keep your hand on your competitors' pulse. SOMONITOR platform consists of two cool modules. One is called Brand Tracker, another one is called Content Library. Both of them allowing you to monitor the data of your competitors across paid and organic channels, multiple platforms, and also up to 10 of your competitors here. So here we are dealing with a company called Yuri. This is one of their largest e-commerce in Vietnam. Its own competitors, Uniqlo, Owen, Artistas, Havani, and a couple of others. Now we are looking at the module called Brand Tracker. That's a place where you can see all your hygiene metrics, reactions, likes. You can compare one brand to another in plots over different time intervals, and you can see what are the trends in their posting activity and also how competitive they are. You can compare them in one table here, and you can see that, for example, recently UD is doing much better. They have grown in the engagement rate, activity scores, and also they were quite dominated in terms of posts. You can also compare them individually. For example, see the engagement rates of the Uniqlo and which content worked best for them. The platform not just analyzing the textual data, but also analyzes the visual data. So you can see that Uniqlo is very much focused on the shirts, and you can display all the content related to this. Let's move to content library, and here I'm going to talk about the paid content. So here all the content from 5 brands is summarized, and the platform not just showing you what content is there, but also helps you to predict which content works the best. Look here, there's a clickability and confidence scores. Clickability tells you how likely this content is going to work, and their confidence tells you how much model is sure in these predictions. Again, the data is split in terms of hashtags and objects and their top identified phrases. You can also see that the language is Vietnamese. Here we in Vietnam, and the colors that work the best. Let's pick up some brand and see what worked best for them. So let's say we want to understand the Uniqlo's traits, and we only want to choose the most highly clickable content. So here you go. This is the most best performing content for Uniqlo in Vietnam for the last 1 month. Let's pick up the post where the model was sure that this post was performing well. For example, here, if you click on this heat map, you'll see the keywords that allowed this post to be more clickable, but also it clearly shows that this lady on the right side is the reason why people were particularly interested in this post. Our platform also leverages large language models to do the detailed summaries on personas, needs, audience analytics, and many other aspects. So for example, UD's persona is everyman persona, so meaning that UDs are very much pushing for the communication of the broader audiences. We can also look at all these parameters in comparison with other brands. So you can see, for example, that Yodi fights against Uniqlo, and they have about 90% overlap between them. Top 3 similar personas the brand spoke: that everyman, the caregiver, and explorer. And there are some difference implies that similar target audiences messaging overlap personas suggest that brands have consistent brand strategy likely to target a similar customer base. You can also see that the customer needs different between all these brands. And here we're going to compare UD with Owen Fashion. In the months of April, there was significant overlap in the customer needs addressed by UD and Owen Fashion social posts, 22%. Top 3 customer needs would be focused on comfort, self expression, and style. And all these analytics you can get just in few clicks for any time intervals you need. Of course, the audience analytics is very important here. Uniqlo is focused on women, men, and fashion enthusiasts, and artists are particularly focused on men and working professionals. You can see that Yodi fights against artists and overlap in 13.75% in their messaging. All this information can be dive deep here, so you can see how this communication flow from brand to audience to customer needs to topic and so forth. I'm very nice to see you, and thanks for this conversation.